Welcome to Hell, the podcast for sinners, where you send us your tales of iniquity and we offer our infernal judgment.
So you died, get over it, we have. You think you're the first person to drive a Segway off a cliff.
Reverse, rotate 90 degrees, then lean forward and accelerate through the fiery gates for a good old-fashioned gossip with me, Daniel Fox, comedian, the original inspo for Miss Havisham, and Hell's resident receptionist.
And me, Dane Buckley, comedian, semi-professional shoulder dancer, and lapsed angel. Darling!
Hey, guess what?
What?
We have a very special episode. There is a new soul joining us this week.
I can hear them propelling their way into our clutches.
Yeah, they will be here any second, and we will be finding out all about what a naughty little sinner this person have been while we process them through our unholy gates. Dane, will you tell us a bit more about them?
Our damned soul today is a comedian, actor, and podcaster extraordinaire, a Taskmaster champion, and champion of champions. He's a true household name, with regular appearances on pretty much every TV show you care to mention, including Mock the Week, Hypothetic, his own sitcom, and over 30 series of the multi-award winning The Last Leg.
I wrote hypothetic, but it should have been hypothetical, but carry on.
I did look that up. I couldn't find a TV show. His hugely popular podcast, Parenting Hell, which is located in another circle of hell, I believe, which he hosts with Rob Beckett, has filled arenas around the country on their live tour, topped all the podcast charts, and even birthed a Sunday Times best-selling book. He's a comedian, he's a daddy, he's a proud denizen of the Inferno. Welcome to Hell, Josh Widdicombe.
Welcome to Hell, Josh.
I couldn't not say daddy slightly sexually.
Yeah, you really went for it, which was lovely.
Yeah, I thought it added it felt like you weren't reading it out at that point.
How are you finding being in a different part of Hell today?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah?
It's it's edgier.
Yeah, camper.
Yeah, camper.
It's a bit camper.
It is a bit gayer,
Yeah, the candles.
I like the candles.
We've named them Cinnamon and Cassia
Oh, nice.
for their nice little Clapham ladies.
Oh, yeah, lovely. They're really nice.
We like to slurp down a little mocktail or cocktail each time we do an episode. You have deigned to join us for a mocktail today. Would you take a sip?
It feels very butch.
Very butch beaker that we've given you there. What do you think?
Sweet, isn't it?
It's sweet, yeah. All the sweet things the corner shop
Poppers.
had to offer. Yes.
It really is. That's something else.
Just you wait half an hour,
Look at the amount of it.
Yeah, you don't have to drink it all. That's
It's literally
solid.
as big as my head.
That is
what's in
£12. There is. Well, you tell me.
I'm so bad at this. I'm coconut.
No, not 1 ounce of coconut, no?
No, passion fruit.
Just hitting all the gay hits.
Yes, pineapple.
Pineapple,
Yes.
all the gay hits.
No, it has guava, which I think tastes like if you mixed like a mango with a coconut.
It just feels like you're... Not that I've ever been. It feels like I imagine being in Barbados.
Yeah, it does feel Barbadian.
It feels like cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little racist. But
It's guava, it's pineapple, it is watermelon.
Yeah.
Which is giving it a taste to me of... Do you remember those sweets where there was like a lolly? And you could...
word.
You don't have to drink. You've
No,
also got a tea with
it's
you.
It's
which is
kind
very
of
on brand.
lovely, but it's kind of awful.
Yeah. Think of it as like a melted sorbet.
Like a push pop.
So what sweets?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, push pop.
Pop. That's
Yeah.
It tastes like the watermelon push pop, I think.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad review.
No, I think the
You
bad
struggle as a Sunday Times food critic if you were throwing that kind of stuff
I think
around.
the bad review is how you've winced every time you say it.
Oh, yeah.
I pushed it away from you.
Are you going to finish yours?
Yes, I am. Mine has vodka in it, though.
All right, yeah. I don't know I don't drink, but now I'm dead.
Yeah, well,
I might as well.
Nothing's going to harm you now.
And soon you won't have any teeth. So.
Exactly.
How long have you not drunk for?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's fine in situations like this.
Yeah.
But going to 40th next week.
Yeah. I don't often drink, but I am going to I'm going
save it for
solo to a
podcasts.
wedding. Yeah, save it for podcast. Truly, this podcast has massively upped my intake
Yeah.
of alcohol in my life.
Yeah. Sometimes when we've been filming doubles, we've been absolutely sloshed by the
amazing.
second one. Haven't we?
By season 7, we're going to be like two jaundice, saggy.
One of us is already there.
But how dare you? Okay, Josh. I didn't mean to fling that at you.
I like that.
Josh.
Do you know what? I think Jonathan Russell Graham Norton could do with that.
Yeah,
Every
but-
time they
yeah,
get through a
little
cue card,
flutter
just
of-
throw it at the guest.
It's paper cutting Miriam
Yeah.
Margolyes. She comes up with another horrific thing. It's your question, I believe.
Oh, are we there already? Yes, we are. Straight to it then. Like, no flirting, but how do you think you died?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Were we meant to get... What, sorry. It always panics when people can't believe how little we've done at the top. Did you want more on the drink? I can talk.
Yeah, give us more on the drink.
You want more on the drink. How did I die? Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's how do you think you die, or how would you want to die?
Yeah.
Are
This
obviously
is how
different.
do you think?
Yeah.
How do I think I will die? Well, statistically, it's quite bleak, isn't it? Statistically, one of the bad diseases is going to get me.
It
Yeah.
is very...
Hair loss?
Hair loss. Yeah, that's the worst of all diseases. Well, you could do
Holding
something
up
about
very
that
strong
now.
so far.
You are?
You're doing great.
I am. Do you think?
Yeah.
I think if you've reached... I'm 41.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
I think...
Yeah.
Is there like a point which you cross where you think, well, I'll be all right now?
I think so.
The race to death is closer than the race to baldness.
But also, like, what would you call this hair colour? Strawberry blonde?
Strawberry blonde, I suppose.
Aren't they like the strongest hair? They're the last to go grey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was...
Yeah, they're the last to go grey, and I think go bald the least.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. So you've got the worst colour, but you get to keep it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like God's ultimate fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh!
Do you worry about it?
No, I don't. I'm half Indian and
Yeah.
half Irish,
You've got
and I
thick
think...
old hair.
Yeah, it's a lot to hold on to, Daddy. But yeah, no, I don't worry about it. But if I did have my hair go, I probably would just do the decent thing and kill myself. I think, which is the same thing in the gay community, I think, you know?
It's quite big in the gay community, isn't it?
A bald
Being
head.
A bald
Yeah,
head.
a lot of people look great with it. I know
Yeah.
I would look
I
beyond
look like... Do
awful.
you remember Street Fighter 2? Remember E Honda? I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like a Buddha or a samurai wrestler with no... I shaved it once. And even my mum was like, oh, it's all about the face now, son. Try and grow that hair out. And I was like...
This is a very niche reference from me, but I would look
Well,
like...
he's just gone with E Honda from Street
Yeah,
Fighter,
yeah,
so
sorry.
I wouldn't
In
worry.
Game of Thrones,
Right.
Okay.
the
We're so butch.
the
gosh.
weird wizard that looks like a worm, the weird bald man.
You need to lower it down because there's...
Okay,
Oh, the
I-
eunuch.
No, the other one. I don't know. Anyway, this is not a good reference. I'm not worried about it because I will buy a series of extravagant wigs.
Would you? Yeah.
Or absolutely.
That people know are wigs, or would you do an Elton John?
No, I'd lean in.
You'd lean
I
in,
would.
yeah.
They would be in like the shape of a boat, or like those
Yeah.
like Duchess ones from like the 1700s or
Who
something.
was it that started a rumour that you wear a wig?
both Matt Richardson and I've now just discovered my friend and co-writer Robin Grant are both
Right.
spreading that I'm wearing a hairpiece, which
wow.
I really love.
It'd be so good
Yeah,
as a hairpiece.
That's what they're saying. An expensive hairpiece. And like
Yeah.
that I have one with roots and one without for when
Oh
I've
my
had
God,
it done.
that's so clever.
I'm
Oh,
leaning it.
wow.
And I was just saying, like, I'm now going around green rooms and just occasionally sort of going. I
Would
do
you ever
that-
go transplant?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I just think, yeah, I might do it
Yeah.
anyway, even though it's not
I was
going.
talking to someone and he was like, oh yeah, I'm at home a lot because I've had a transplant. I can't go out for a week, or is it 2 weeks?
I think it's
because of the sun.
It's a
Right,
while,
yeah.
and it looks horrible when you first see
Yeah.
it. Have you ever seen someone in an airport?
No.
All the guys
well,
coming
I've
back
seen
from
people in
Turkey.
an airport.
Have you ever seen people in a? Have you ever been to an airport? All right. Wow, privilege. I last time I was at like Heathrow or somewhere, there were all the guys coming back from Turkey.
Can't get enough of this now.
It's like, you
look-
keep pushing it away and then
Yeah.
bringing it back.
But that says it all about it, doesn't it?
The amount of and then your head like swells.
Every dot can be seen. I've seen
Yeah, every
that.
dot
Oh
becomes
my
its own
God.
little blob, sinister for a couple of weeks, and then it.
And then you
suffers
can have
anything.
sex again. Like,
And then
you're
you can
attractive again.
Be
yeah.
seen by human beings. Yeah. I think I would.
Wow.
I think I would lean in. I would do a Jimmy Carr and sort of being like,
Would
I've
you do
had
teeth
that
as
done.
well?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Why not?
Why not?
Everything. Absolutely getting the micro facelift at 34. 2 stitches in and out in an hour.
I think if you own it, like
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone. It just totally diffuses the situation.
Absolutely. The pathetic thing is trying to pretend you've not had it
Yeah,
done
yeah.
and going, no.
Have you
it's
seen the
natural.
ones though where they've had it and then later gone bald here? So they've got this massive tuft of hair,
Mm.
and then it's like, oh my God, what happened?
But then you have to buy more
Yeah.
from whatever sort of, well, for me,
Sri
I'd have to
Lankan
go for some
housewife,
sort of
you can-
Scandinavian child I'd have to find. Like, can I have a bit of that?
So how do you think you died then? Is it?
Oh,
all
sorry.
this?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say
And now we've done too much.
Yeah.
So
Stop this, cut this out.
What were you going to say, sorry?
You saying it would just you immediately going to statistics and being like it would be something bleak.
Well, it would. I mean, I don't want to bring the mood down. The odds are it would be a heart attack or cancer, or something like Parkinson's.
Everyone else who has come on so far has gone like, oh, it would be so me to be hit by a boat or to be like whatever. And trust Josh Widdicombe to come on and be like, well, statistically cancer. Okay, great.
Do you know what? I want this played at my funeral.
Yeah.
He knew.
When you have been mown over by a paraglider.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, well, listen, he thought it would be Parkinson's, so... Well, the paraglider did have Parkinson's, but... Okay, the second and most important question is...
So we're not going to riff on the cancer thing?
Oh, we can do a cancer rib.
You've got that famous rap you do about
Yes.
cancer.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little bit of that rap you do about cancer.
Prostate. Josh, for the look of the thing,
There is a famous rap about cancer.
please do it right now.
Well, I'm not going to do it now. But do you remember the song Rhythm is a Dancer?
Yeah.
My parents told me about it, but yeah.
Of course. There's a rap in it, and at the end, the final two lines are, I'm as serious as cancer when I say rhythm, or serious as cancer when I say rhythm is a dancer.
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious.
And it was
serious as cancer.
It can't have been cancer. He must have said dancer, mustn't he?
Yeah. Rhythm is a dancer.
Yeah, so it's dancer. So that was quite a kind of controversial.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I don't think he is as serious as.
I think that'd be a great soundtrack for getting chemo in that case. Rhythm is a to keep our funding down here, we're not going to make you do this, but we have to put down something for how you're going to get tortured. So what is your personal idea of what hell would be?
I think do you know what? It's quite weird because it's what we were discussing beforehand, almost. But it's small talk.
Yes.
It would be endless small talk with no potential ending in sight. Not with people I don't care about or with people I like, but with people that are in that small area where you like them, but you don't know them that well.
And the worst is when you like them and you want them to like you more.
Yeah.
Like you actually want to move into a fun friendship. You can feel that it's not breaking out of that.
No,
like,
it's not happening.
It's warm, isn't it? It is warm. It is warm.
Yeah. So I think eternal damnation, eternal small talk with someone that you can't quite crack.
You can't break through.
Can't break through with them.
The worst ones are when you try and do that. Like you offer something that might, a bit of gossip or something.
Yes.
And you'll be like, oh, do you know who fingered a vicar? And they don't bite.
No.
So I've just started gigging again.
Yeah.
And so you'll turn up at gigs.
Green rooms, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. Well, not even green rooms, just like behind a drape, isn't it, at these gigs? Like a green room implies.
Going on the small talk, have you flown to Oz? And cause when you fly to Oz, you have to do that thing of like, either we are chatting the whole time, we're going to be best friends, or let's just not acknowledge each other, because 24 hours...
But that would be the worst, is like the train. So, and this is no reflect... The problem is, it's not active enough of, I don't want to talk to this person. It's the feeling that you have to.
Yeah.
And so I went to Hunt the Comedy Festival last week, and you just get on the train, I'm like, I can't be sat with someone in this situation. I just can't. Because the transformation from 2 hours on your own to 2 hours having to try, I think it's an effort. I think it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It is totally exhausting.
And the sheer pleasure of just being on your own.
Being on your own is fucking brilliant.
So
Gorgeous, isn't
delightful.
People
We've
are
both
so
separately
overrated.
kind of walked along a train not to be with other people, so we can be on our own, just to mouth breathe and zone out, you know?
The worst thing is, have you ever had it, because I have, of walking to like a tube with someone, going, oh, I've actually got I'm actually going a slightly different thing, and sort of like I have waited around for the tube to go, and then come back to like get the next one, and they are still on the platform. And you just have to be like,
Darling.
Do you know what? I did a similar thing where, so I get quite bad stage fright in urinals. Don't like it.
It's barbaric.
Loads of people.
It's so weird, right? And so I was in the urinal at Always Be Comedy. Do you know Always Be Comedy? And it's a tour and then a cubicle.
Yeah.
No one in there, so I'm like, I'll just go to the urinal. And then someone walks in, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to go here, but I'll just pretend I'm finishing up,
Yeah.
and then leave, and then that's fine. I can just come back. Went to the bar, thought I'd given it enough time, and then I walked back in, and he's still there washing his hands. And God knows what he thought I'd done.
Decided I need another.
Yeah, do you know what? I enjoyed that.
I think Josh Widdicombe's cruising me. Literally, like.
There is something about urinal. I can only do it if I'm like, if I've got a corner and I can sort of be like completely.
It's insane as a
I think
concept.
it's so vulgar, actually.
It's
I don't
mad.
It's not chic.
No, it's not.
No.
We
Like,
should-
every rule goes out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the moment you get into the men's toilet.
Nowhere else can you go, should we get our willies out?
Yeah.
Well, some places.
Yeah.
But other than
But at least in that situation, that's fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, and you're like, the rules of, I don't really want to be next to a stranger while he urinates.
No.
I don't want to get my dick out in front of a stranger. What do you think about getting your phone out to text?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the danger would be, you know how easy it is that just sometimes your phone's torch just sort of turns on the back. If you had your phone, and then if you just had like the shutter sound or something.
Or furiously read the adverts they have now.
Yes.
Like prostate cancer, just really get into it. And
Well,
read
sometimes
Yeah, well, I
it's
need
prostate.
to read that, obviously.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna go.
Here it comes. Sometimes it's prostate cancer, but sometimes it's like
period poverty. Have you noticed that lately?
period poverty being like
Yeah.
Scheherazade is faced with months of no, and you're like, oh, I'm just trying to have a wee.
Yeah.
Put that on the door and
They
way out.
really advertise in service stations. It's full of adverts in the
Yeah,
urinals
it
at
is.
service stations.
I quite like the little side doors they've got now at the urinals, though.
Yeah, that's coming in more, and that's
Oh, what, like a kind of,
a little bit of privacy.
a little bit
You'd
of,
have to really.
yeah.
yeah.
What do you think of, this sounds made up, but I was in America and they had just 3 toilets next to each other, like a urinal.
Wait, without
Without
doors?
Dividers.
without dividers.
Oh,
I think that sounds like you were in the wrong bar. Are you
Or the right bar.
Are you sure it wasn't Berlin? And then there was like a glass coffee table.
right.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business and find
Okay.
out why you're here. I think
I can't even remember
we
why
know
we
already.
got on that topic.
But why do you think the devil's got you on her list? Like, what are your
What
worst
my
qualities?
worst traits? I think I'm horrifically competitive, which I hate about myself.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I don't think you like that as a thing.
Yeah, I
I
think that's
find it so like. I won Taskmaster. I really wanted to win that.
Yeah.
Which is pathetic.
I felt you straighten as I read that bit out. You were like,
Yeah, you really
guys.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. Where's my fucking Celebrity Mastermind trophy? Put that on there as well. But I was really bad as a teenager and a kid. Like you'd ruin board games or you'd
Right.
smash up a joystick or
Oh,
whatever.
you threw a strop if you
I'd
won.
throw a strop. Yeah.
Is
No,
there no
not if
kind
I
of-
won.
No, if you lose it.
If I lost.
Is
yeah.
it not like a cute origin story of why you're like that? No, you're just like that.
Yeah, is anyone in your
What
family?
is that cute origin story like?
what happened is my nanny slapped me or my mother left me and I felt I had to. Is there none of that? It's just
Well, there
literally-
probably is, but I can't work out what it
Right,
is.
okay.
I'll get there over
yeah.
time,
it-
over years of therapy.
Is your family competitive at board
No,
games?
they're really chilled out.
Oh wow, so you're just a sort of monster that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to win, and they're like, okay, Josh.
But I've like stamped it out of me
Yeah.
over the years because I don't like it about myself. So I'll do anything to avoid competitive situations.
Yeah, like just sort of going on TV on multiple game shows.
Well, that's but like, do you know what I did Pointless with Sarah Pascoe.
Yeah.
And normally, obviously, on a panel show, I'm not on Mock the Week. I don't think I want to win. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't count. But and my body language on Pointless, I was not a laugh. I was just like so serious. And I was
Not
like, this-
focused even on like getting airtime, just on winning and getting the
got
point.
to get the fucking trophy. Yeah, so that's bad, I think.
I think it. Yeah, okay. It can, when the person is like flipping the Monopoly
Yeah.
board,
Well, yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but
souring.
souring the mood. But I also I think there's nothing more unattractive in a grown up than that.
Yeah.
Like, I've got friends that play football with people that take it seriously. And I just think these people are just the worst people in the world.
Unless you're doing it professionally. You need to simmer down.
Just, why are you shouting at another dad in a, like, do you know what I mean? You're both 40. You've both got...
What are you proving?
Yeah, what is wrong in your life that you're shouting at someone to track back?
Are you good at letting your children win?
Yeah. Do you know what? My daughter's not really... Yeah, because I don't care. Okay. So if it's things...
Right.
I'm not like... If it doesn't matter, I don't care. So if I did play football... I wouldn't get competitive because I wouldn't. I'd just be like, "Why do you care?"
Right.
But if you were like representing UK in Eurovision,
well, once again, I'd see that. I'd say that doesn't matter.
Ollie Alexander stole your
exactly,
your
exactly. Yeah. No, obviously, I'd care deeply if that happened. But yeah, do you know what? If I did do Eurovision, I'd find the scoring incredibly tense.
Yeah.
Because. It's basically a lose-lose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's just humiliating. I don't know how we did last time, but did we do badly? We always do badly.
We got not one single vote from the
Fuck
public.
off.
We got no points.
And why is that? Because of Brexit?
I don't know. No, because then the Sam Ryder one did really well. The year before that, we like.
So was our song shit?
I don't know. It was on
yes,
Alexander.
Dan, what's that? No comment from me, but
I didn't watch it, but I've not heard great things. I don't know. But zero is quite a statement.
Yeah.
Like,
because that's your life now.
Yeah.
That defines you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very few people enter Eurovision. Ollie Alexander's an exception, and that's not the main thing about their life.
Apart from Celine,
ABBA, Ollie Alexander, and they still fucking bring it up with ABBA. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
I also think, like, yeah, if I was Ollie, I would be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Because people will now think of him as that.
Yeah.
Before they were like, oh, he was in It's a Sin. Oh, he did that.
Why
whatever.
did he do it though?
Because he probably thought he was going to smash it.
Would you do it if you
Would I do
offered
it?
it on the table now?
Yes.
You two were offered Eurovision.
Oh
we
my
would
God,
do
yes.
Eurovision.
I think we would do really well.
We would do Eurovision, yeah. And listen, who would cast it? Graham, if you're listening.
And so what would you say are your guilty pleasures?
My guilty pleasures.
That was a gorgeous kind of gossipy mum at the school gate put down a
But that
platoon.
actually, I'd say gossip is my guilty
Oh,
pleasure.
you have got a really good gossip pose. It was
Yeah.
like one moment, actually.
Don't tell anyone, but this is my guilty pleasure.
Do you know what? Because I've done a couple of tour sport dates for you.
Yeah.
The first time I can't remember who it was. I will try to remember it because it'll be funny. But they were like, oh, you'll really get on with Josh. He loves gossip too.
Yeah, I know, it's bad.
Gorgeous.
My agent calls me Queen Bitch.
But that's gorgeous because sometimes the straight ones aren't great for the gossip.
No, I know.
Sometimes they're really dry. They're like, "Did you see Tom Hardy's got that new movie?" I'm like, "Oh, is this
Yeah.
it?"
No, you
Fucking
are good
hell.
though. I arrived and you had screenshots of things to show.
Oh,
so-
delicious.
Yeah, so if my, like, you know when you get montages on your iPhone? So it'll be like a day. And it'll be like 4 photos of my daughter and then a screenshot of a comedian's tweet.
Yeah.
That I've just screenshotted to take a really bad reflection.
It's
that-
so
on who
nourishing,
you are.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, that thing when the iPhone puts together like a really lovely montage and it puts some music in the background. It's normally like my trip to Mallorca.
Yeah.
Yours is just like a series of screenshots.
But it's worse because it'll be like Christmas Day and you're like, I did that on Christmas Day.
It gets you through the green room, though, I think, don't you? Like, it's nourishing, that gossip.
I find it very nourishing. Yeah.
I think...
I've walked into a green room when you've been there with people that haven't been nourishing you. And I walked in and we've been like, quick, let's go feed in the corner. look at his ingrown hair.
Yeah. Yeah, like the well, I'm going to try another fantasy reference now. Have you seen Dune?
No,
Yes.
but I'm aware of it.
They're like nuns off Dune, and
no,
their
I'm not that
their
aware
whole
of
thing
it.
is basically just swapping gossip. I feel like that. It's like an order
Didn't
of
have you down
gossip
as such a
nuns.
sci-fi fantasy
Oh,
nerd.
listen, quietly.
I called
secretly.
him geeky once, and there was a 1 woman hour monologue about how he's not geeky.
No. It wasn't a monologue about me not being geeky. You said you're not geeky.
I am not
And then I
geeky.
said, what are you reading? And it was The Silmarillion.
Well, that's
Oh,
different.
no.
That's
The
different.
Gormandgast trilogy. Or something like that. I hate people. I hate fantasy.
Do you really?
I despise it.
Oh, how interesting. That's very on brand for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to watch all 3 of Lord of the Rings because you felt you had to, you know.
Yes.
And then
Some
at
of
the
us
end,
felt we needed to, but go on.
all those birds turn up at the end, like the
Yes,
Yeah.
the eagles, yeah.
the eagle.
You mean
And you're
eagles,
like,
not women?
Yeah, yeah.
Like birds
Sharon and Josie.
Kate
What took him
Blanchett.
so long? Fucking watching these hobbits all the time. All the birds turned up at the end, and you're like, well, they
Yeah.
just solved the situation.
Yeah.
Why weren't they there?
Couldn't they have got that early
My
on?
problem
Yeah.
with fantasy is you can just do whatever you want. You can
Yeah.
write
Yes.
yourself out of a corner.
But sometimes that's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I know.
I'm really only there for Kate Blanchett, Tilda Swinton.
Yes, a dramatic woman.
The birds.
I'm just there for the birds, Josh. Okay. What is the worst thing you've ever done that you're willing to own up to on this podcast?
Oh, so I had a thought about this, and I can't, and it was quite good, but I can't.
I
remember what it
literally
is.
thought you were going to say, so I had a foursome.
I had a foursome. That's had a
To be
foursome.
honest.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
No.
I wouldn't want to kink shame anyone.
No,
I'd say that.
Heaven would disagree, but down here, you know.
I'd say the worst things go on in my head, and then I would never act upon them. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'd say a lot of the things where you'd wish bad on someone, but you'd never actually act upon it. Does that make sense?
Would you act upon it if you knew you could get away with it?
No.
Okay.
Because do you know what I have thought is like, because you go that you could easily do if you were like an evil person. I thought I would never do that, but you know when you just your mind wanders onto like, I have this really fantasy thing where I think
No, you hate fantasy.
I hate fantasy. Yeah, I hate.
I've
fantasy.
held on to that as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Let's get back to this foursome. But I think I'd love to be able to, you know, when you're like, imagine if I just did that and then I could see how the world played out and then just go back to that point. Like
Save
if
and
I just
reload.
told this person what I know about them
Yeah.
and then played it out. But I'm surprised that no one's like, you know, you could easily do stuff which wasn't traceable to you. Like set up an email address or something and email people things that would just cause utter carnage.
I sometimes...
Do that.
Well, I have multiple Instagram accounts under different names.
Do you?
So many. They're all named after middle-aged women. But sometimes and they all have like really elaborate like
Do they all
bios
have
of-
the same people they're following?
No. Oh god,
All
no! I
right,
keep
so
it
no
very
one's
different.
like,
they
"Fucking hell, I've had
they
a-"
have different interests.
Yeah.
Some of them are like big fans of like long jumping or whatever. Other ones are really into like metal music, whatever. Some of them have photos. I maintain the profiles.
So what are you doing this for?
Well, just different reasons. Sometimes you want to say something mean to someone who you work with, but you can't do it as
wow.
yourself because, you know, not actively mean, but just call someone up for something where they've been a piece of shit.
Right, yeah.
Other times you just want to have a stalk of someone. Like you can't have it be your face that they see.
And
Well-
especially in comedy, sometimes there are bitches that need bringing down.
Yeah.
And you can't do it from your own profile.
Yeah. And then some are just used because it's quite fun to like.
My friend had and I have to talk around this because I can't. He had a second Instagram account in which he used to just leave sarcastic comments underneath people who'd done things, even if it was people he didn't know. So someone would send him something.
Yeah.
It wasn't this, but say it was people who took photo of their food, and he'd always leave the same comment, and the account was called that comment, right? So, but then he just did it, but didn't change the account. So it came from him.
and then
And it made no sense because he wasn't following the person. He's got a public profile, and the person replying went, "Sorry, do I know you?" And he just deleted.
Oh my god,
I'd die.
that's so funny.
So you're really walking a tightrope for that with 10
because
accounts.
you never know. Oh yeah, I mean, I have to really make sure I'm not still logged into Daniel Fox, but you know. When Linda Machete comes across one of these people, it's carefully curated.
Do you remember that? What they called mummy influencer?
Oh yeah,
That's one of the great stories. They need to make a Netflix documentary about that. And she had set up a different account, hadn't she? And she was abusing all of her mates
yeah.
and her own husband.
Oh, I didn't know that bit.
Yeah, she was just sending abuse about her own husband.
There was another one recently who had been like shitting on all of the book reviews, and she'd made like multiple accounts to slam one of her rivals' books. But then they went on one of them, and she'd just left so many. Every one of them had done a positive review of her own book.
Oh, cover your tracks.
Wasn't she also a lecturer or something? Didn't they
I
trace
don't
it back
know,
to the uni or
possibly.
something?
It could have been. I think it's delicious.
Fucking hell.
But you would go in at a real level, like
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause
Like MI5.
like Grindr, you need several profiles as well. You have like a dom top profile, you have a dating profile, you have a down low profile.
A priest profile.
priest.
Exactly. I know what it is that I
Oh,
did.
go on.
So when I was a teenager, or maybe younger, so I was probably late primary school actually, I had a sleepover at a friend's house, and I pissed the bed.
I'm so glad this is where it went.
Yeah. And I blamed it on him to his own mum.
You were both in the bed.
Oh.
I can't remember. I think maybe we'd like got in the bed, or she didn't know who'd slept wherever. And I kind of took her aside and told her that it was.
You took her aside.
Well, yeah, that
Speak to you about John.
yeah. Just so you know. Yeah. If you're wondering about your mattress, your son's got a bladder problem.
That's so funny.
But you're 10.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
But, like, I think that's fair. Was it his house?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, more mortifying for you at someone else's house.
Yeah, but more mortifying for him because his mum thinks he pisses the bed.
He probably thinks he pisses the bed.
yeah.
He probably is walking around out there being like, I pissed my bed until I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
What was that? I never did it before. And suddenly... yeah. I think Did I do that? I didn't blame it on someone else, but I think I just had like one instance at a sleepover where I was like, well, I've never done that before. And
I think it's because you're giddy, you're up
Yeah.
late, you've maybe eaten a lot of
Haribo or
sugar.
something.
Yeah.
I had a friend who she pissed the bed a lot. She had some stuff going on down there, but she'd piss all over her boyfriend.
Oh.
And for a while, she made him believe that it was him pissing the bed. So he thought for ages.
Oh my
God,
God.
when I have a drink, I piss the bed every time.
That'd be a great
ages
way
and
to,
ages.
if you wanted your
And
partner
did she
to
tell
stop.
him?
Eventually, yeah. So he was like, "Oh, I've been away for a month. I've not pissed the bed once." And they've been together. I was like, but genius, but like, look what you did.
Yeah.
Oh God. Are they still together?
No,
No. But it sounds like there was so much trust there.
But haven't you had that dream as well where I've definitely dreamt I'm going to the toilet.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
I wake up
Yeah,
like, oh no, here we are.
Yeah.
Bit lively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A girl I was friends with at secondary school in like, she must have been like year 10, shat the bed. And
That's next level.
and it was her and like a young cousin who was also sharing the bed with her.
Right.
But who was like an 8-year-old or something, and she was like 14, 15, and it was like copious diarrhea.
Oh,
And they both woke up and were like, oh, the bed feels weird.
oh no.
Oh god.
Oh my
Pulled off the
God.
covers, and they're both...
Oh.
Oh my God.
Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a nightmare situation.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I think the thing with shitting yourself when it's diarrhea, at least you go, this is just an illness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have I told you my method of, if I ever say anything by accident, if something just comes out of my mouth and I've just literally said, because I always feel, you know how you just like stumble over a
Yeah.
word and sometimes you say the wrong word, but imagine if you said it and it was accidentally like a racist thing or like
Yeah.
something that in the
Yeah.
context was so
Yeah.
unforgivable. If that ever happens to me, or I say something embarrassing, I fall to the ground, I pretend I'm unconscious, and I force myself to shit. Because then people go, oh no, he's
Epilepsy.
having a seizure.
Yeah.
Is he faking it?
Or he's a witch.
Is he faking it because he just said that thing? No, he couldn't be because he shat himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
right.
good.
Awkward though if you're like at an awards ceremony and you say something, right? Like,
Yeah, but
in
then,
the corner.
But then people will go, didn't he just say that thing? And, no, he couldn't. I don't remember that because he shat himself.
Clearly,
But are they going to know you've shat yourself? Because if you're lying
He's a
in a s-
vegetarian. I think we'd all know.
Actually, it's very binding. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to like shuffle my trousers down a bit.
We'll start the room in the audience. He shat himself. He shat himself.
Yeah. I need to hire somebody to be on hand to be like, and he shat himself.
I remember having a conversation with Nish Kumar when we were at Latitude about if you went on stage and you just confidently took down your trousers and started having a shit, how soon would people... Because initially no one's thinking he's going to have a shit here. They're thinking he's doing... Like, how soon would people
you're right.
react? And what would they do?
I think if either of you did it, because you're like comedy household names, enough people would go, well, this must be something new.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
I think enough people would go, well, I'm on board with like
This conceptual piece.
some people don't get this. I get this. They're actually leaning into the base humour. Like, no, I'm just shaking myself on stage. Okay, Josh, it is the 21st century. We consider the 7 deadly sins, the traditional ones, to be very outdated.
Yeah.
We are rewriting them for the modern day. What is a modern day sin that you would like to add to the list?
I think saying that I missed the text.
Oh.
Because I don't think anyone has ever missed a text. And I do it myself.
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I must have missed this.
Yeah, 2 weeks later. Oh, sorry, I missed the text.
I've started owning up to what I think is more the reality now and going, I looked at this, I thought I'm going to reply this evening, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Because there is an abundance of like blue tick Hitlers. They're like, really? Because you read it yesterday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, like I've had someone text me. They texted me like, will you do my gig? And I was doing bedtime with my children. And then like an hour later, they're like, so I've gone, oh, fuck, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
An hour later, they're like, I can see you've read it.
Wow.
Just say no. And you're like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm living my life. But yes, the people who go, I didn't get, or even start to, when people do the thing of going, oh, I think the email must have glitched.
Yeah.
We didn't get that
Weird,
email
I didn't
from you.
get it.
It's like,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You haven't. Maybe it was in my spam, but I can't see it in my spam. No.
Yeah.
When does that happen in the modern day? Unless you've literally titled this like Viagra Russia prostitute. Like this, your email has come through.
Title of your next hour, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Viagra Russian prostitute.
Viagra Russia prostitute. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one for the sin bin then.
What did you say that your agent calls you? Something
Queen Bitch.
Queen Bitch, great name for a show.
Great name for
Josh
a show.
Widdicombe Queen Bitch would be a
Yes.
really funny show.
I think it would take a lot of explaining, and then you're like, you're going on the one show to promote it. And you're like, do you know what?
Just you with the nails emoji.
Me and Alec, me trying to talk to Jermaine G-Nuts about why it's called Queen Bitch.
I'm just the Queen Bitch.
Well, it's a long story, Jermaine, but
Okay.
Right, so down here in hell, you have to be put to work. You can be a poltergeist, you can be a ghost, you can be a demon. So we want to know, who would you like to haunt and how would you go about it?
I'd like to haunt Richard Madeley.
Yeah.
Because, do you know what? I was talking to my friend about ghosts. I'm quite into ghosts. I don't believe it.
Okay.
I know I don't not believe in them.
Yeah.
I'm not like, but I just find it fascinating as a topic. And I said, we were talking about something, and I made a reference to, like, look, you don't know, loads of people must have ghost stories or whatever. And I said Richard Madeley as an example. And then I Googled it, and he's got 2 separate ghost stories that he's told of him being haunted on TV. One of which is him telling the story to Dick and Dom on whatever it's called, Good Morning Britain.
Yeah.
And like asking them, so do you think that was a ghost? And you're like, this is so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay.
I don't know.
We're just trying to promote our show here, Richard. But so I'd like to haunt Richard Madeley because he seems to really buy into it.
I think he'd like it.
Yeah, I think he would because I think he makes it. Because I think a lot of people, if you haunt them, are going to keep it to themselves because they think it makes them feel a bit weird.
Would you haunt them on the TV show?
What, like just behind him on?
Like his book club or something, just appear?
Is that still a thing?
I think so, it must be.
Or just like the camera always just starts tilting to the left or something.
Yeah.
He never quite gets.
Yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't want to scare Judy because
She's scared enough.
she's scared enough.
She's seen enough.
Yeah, if she's still with us, we haven't seen her for about 20 years. But you could be the ghost of Judy.
Oh yeah, you could take the form of Judy.
Yeah,
And then like
Bad Judy.
do you know what you could take the form of Judy when he's presenting on his own, as if to say to him, "Why have you left me off the side?"
Yeah.
You could whisper that in his ear.
Yeah. Why do you work without me, Richard?
Great.
I want to be part of the lunchtime salad demonstration. Okay, each week we invite our listeners to write in with their confessions and grievances for us to judge. Would you like to help us be referee this week?
To.
Okay. I shall be mother. This is our letter. I'm writing to share the load of one of the many cringe flashbacks of my life that your brain forces you to experience in the wee hours of the night prior to fitful sleep. My partner and I went on a dirty weekend to London a few years back and decided to kick things off the second we were free of our offspring to capitalise on our time together. He thought it would be a massive turn-on to write filthy words in marker pen all over my body while I wore luxurious boned corsets and stockings under the dress I was travelling in. Mistakes were made. This hit a real snag when going through airport security when I immediately set off alarm bells in the X-ray machine. The bones in my corset gave the appearance I was wearing some kind of terrorist vest. And I was whisked off to a side room for a more intimate pat-down than I had anticipated. I initially tried to get away with removing my clothes and explaining I was waist training. This did not quell the intentions of the security staff. I then proceeded to remove my dress and had the awkward experience of standing making mad small talk about how effective this method of weight loss was to the poor, confused security guards.
God.
They in turn were also feigning polite interest in my weight loss journey, going so far as to ask for the site I purchased it from, whilst reading the words filthy tart written across my cleavage. There was not enough alcohol in the airport bar after we cleared customs. Am I a demon?
Was this you?
Yes.
Whalebone corset.
My waist
So what is a
training.
whalebone corset?
I think it's just like the old classic, Victorian.
Right, yeah.
It's what they used to be made of, whalebone,
Yeah.
isn't it? And it's the one that goes really in.
Because I guess it's a bit flexible, but it also is like.
Show us, Dan. Come on.
Yes, well, let me. That's so horrifying.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
awful. But I don't think you haven't done anything wrong.
You're not a flight risk.
No.
No. I mean,
And they should be. Surely they've
they
realised
must
early doors.
see all sorts of shit. I once had a friend tell me they went on holiday with their parents, like skiing, and when they got to the place they were going, they opened their hand luggage and found a small sachet of cocaine. Was it a sachet? I don't know. It was a small, little sachet. There was a little bag of cocaine that they hadn't realised was in their bag.
Oh my God.
Hand luggage had gone through the scanner, and it could have been in front of their whole family that they were like hauled off to
Oh
be
my God.
probed by security.
And did they then do the cocaine or did they dispose of it?
Don't know. Presumably, I don't know.
There's been loads of. Do you remember when Diana Ross had like casual cocaine in her pocket coming into Heathrow?
I really.
Yeah, I think she got
Did she?
arrested. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a story about a band that someone I know was working on the tour, and they were like, "Oh, we've got loads of pills."
Oh.
As they got to thingy, and he was like, "Well, throw them away."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "All right." And then they got on the flight, and he looked at them, and they were gurning their faces off.
Yeah.
And
Oh
they
shit!
just-
They'd thrown
they'd
them
just taken
down. Them
They
out.
just thought, "Well, we'll just take them."
I think this happens quite a lot because
Yeah.
I have
I
definitely.
imagine I don't. When you go through a scanner, I never think they know exactly what. There's no way
They
they
should-
would pick up a small, like, wrap of cocaine.
They should have to have the same level of discretion as a priest and a doctor.
Yeah,
The people that work on these
Yeah.
things, and I don't think they do because they are just strolling around being like, "Janet, get that one."
Yeah.
I have heard of men with like
Go on.
cock cages being
Yeah.
caught through security because they're
Yes.
like locked into whatever. I think all sorts of kinky stuff gets caught out by
Yeah.
these.
How much do you panic when your bag? You know, when your bag turns off,
To go on the other little.
Yeah.
and
Oh
you're
my
like,
God, yeah, you're
instantly,
right.
I think I've got a gun. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
yeah.
You think,
I've got a gun, a dildo,
Or a
and
bottle of
I've
water.
somehow cheated on my wife, and there's evidence in
Yeah.
there, even though I've never done that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to find, like... Or in other countries, I sort of... the ones where they're like, you haven't got seeds, have you? You've not brought exotic fruit in, have you? I'm like, oh my God, I've been tilling those fields while I've been away.
I once got brought to the side properly in Australia because Christmas pudding breaks every rule. It's seeds, it's fruits, it's fat. And you're not allowed any of those things.
You're
And
not
I-
to bring fat in.
Why
No,
did you
you're not allowed
take
to
a Christmas pudding to
I'm not allowed to bring
Australia?
meat products because my parents lived there for a long time and they couldn't get good Christmas pudding. My mum's an Irish woman that needed it.
Right.
I swear, like the amount of security just for me, and I was like, it's M&S.
Semi-automatic rifles being aimed at you because you've got a
So what do they
Heston
think's going to
Blumenthal.
happen?
It's because their unique flora and fauna could be ruined because it's fruit, there's nuts.
In Australia, yeah, but it's full of animals that could kill you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I know.
They
like-
need a reset.
They need a few raisins and a...
But also, I was held in the room. I was like, what did you bring? Whale bone, a tiger's head. What did you bring? Like, scones.
Okay. Last but not least, before we process you into the Inferno proper, we do ask new arrivals to answer a quickfire Hellfire eligibility
go for
survey. First answers only.
I like that pun.
City or country?
You didn't sell that pun in the way it deserved, I don't think.
Quickfire Hellfire eligibility survey.
City or country?
You what, sorry?
City or country?
Oh, city.
Pub or bistro?
Pub. Neither, really.
No buying time. You got to go gut instinct.
Sorry.
90s or noughties?
90s. The noughties is nothing.
No.
Sonic or Mario?
Mario.
Sourdough or white bread?
Sourdough.
Fries or chips?
What was it?
Fries or chips?
I thought you said frazzle
I thought you said frazzle
Frazzle
chips.
chips.
I thought frazzle chips, yeah, and what's the other option?
Fries
Frazzle
or chips?
chips.
Daniel or Dane?
Oh, it's good, isn't it? Daniel. I've known him longer.
Fair.
That's good, because Fatia said Dane. I made one. Text or phone call?
A text every time.
Confrontation or pacifist?
Pacifist.
Bath or shower?
Shower.
We know the answer to this next one. Fantasy or sci-fi?
Sci-fi.
Rap or folk?
Rap.
Would you punch a child for £1 million?
Yeah.
Welcome to hell, Joshua Widdicombe.
Would you? Of course you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god, in an instant. No one
Can you
said...
name the child?
Whoever
Choose
you
who
like,
want.
yeah.
Could
Pick
be your own,
pick a
could be
kid.
another,
Just
could
on a cliff, knock them off to knock them into the sea.
Send them spinning. Well, thank you, Josh.
No, thank you.
If you want to see and hear more from Josh, you can just kind of turn on your TV.
Don't worry about that.
Also, be sure to check out his podcast, Parenting Hell, along with the Parenting Hell book and his autobiography, Watching Neighbours Twice a Day, How 90s TV Almost Prepared Me for Life, which is the best title.
Thank you. My publisher wasn't sure.
Josh is also working up his new tour.
Yeah.
So there's work in progress things people can come and catch you out.
Oh, don't come to them, they're shit. But if you sign up to the mailing list,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know what my website is, but it's probably joshwiddicombe.
Google
something.
Josh Widdicombe mailing
Google
list.
me, mailing list, and then you'll find
And
out when I'm
sign up.
doing gigs where I'm confident they're worth coming to.
Yeah, great. There we go. If you liked this, be sure to check back for new episodes every Thursday. And if you want to earn yourself a VIP place in hell, why not subscribe to our Patreon?
I'll do it.
You will get extended guest episodes, find out how Josh would dispose of a body, and extra bonus episodes every month with prices starting at a mere 75 pence per week. Dane, what the hell is a pence?
They're the things your servants put on your eyes when you sleep.
I keep telling them, spend your wages more wisely.
But what we'd love more than anything is if you share this podcast with your friends, flick your forked tongues in the ears of anyone you think would enjoy it, and leave us a 5-star review, a 6-star review. We're up nearly 1,000 reviews now.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
That's a
Which is
very
amazing.
solid number.
And as always, if you want to submit any confessions or grievances for our infernal judgment, you can write to us at judgment@hellpod.com, send us a message on the socials at hellpod, or use the anonymous form on hellpod.com.
Thank you as always to Spotify for allowing us to use their gorgeous studios, to the Angels of Auburn
old
Jam who
Spotify.
made our music, and to our producer, Yanis. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.